those reports, Captain.
Right away.
Blessings of the divine upon you, good sir. My husband and I were just sitting wonderful. There you go, all cozy. So tell me, are you heading to that? So lovely. So come, let us break bread and...
You eat, drink, and have a good time.
I have to stop these disappearances. My career is at stake.
Between you and me, you should head down to Effie's Emporium. If you can keep your...
Ushers in a golden age.
The smaller good if it hit you on the arse.
She babbles breathlessly on.
The bell rings a warning and the tide...
Take the wheel, Captain. Take the wheel. Hard a port. Can't you hear the bells are ringing?
The bell still rings. Do you hear it? Do you hear it?
Hard a port. Can't you hear the bells are ringing? Raise the glass and praise the dwarven race. Who'd let nary a drop go to waste?
The bell still rings. Do you hear it? Do you hear it?
Hard a port. Can't you hear the bells are ringing? Hard a port. Can't you hear the bells are ringing? Hard a port. Can't you hear the bells are ringing?
Who rings the bell?
A ghostly seaman stares at the captain, his lip curled in a malevolent grin, his eyes wide with hate, and all the time he...
Spoke to the lady captain, didn't you? I seen you, dwarf, cozying up. Are you with her, or sail you with us?
The bell rings a warning and the tide... tide is on the turn.
Curiosity kills the cat.
I'm doing my duty here, I am.
Joy.
I'm the lookout and I'm ringing the bell. Rocks ahead, Captain.
You're willing to risk more joy for one
His
night
lip
with a
curls over his...
Rocks ahead, Captain. Avast!
The bell rings on.
I can see a
Take the wheel, Captain. Take the wheel.
And you can't be too careful, you know. If they can get Alexander, they can get any of us.
The ghostly seaman rings his bell.
Captain Abelweather ran the...
He turns back towards the sea captain.
Rocks ahead, Captain.
The bell rings on.
Take the wheel, Captain. Take...
A ghostly seaman's...
Are you her man, or sail you with us? Then you won't sail with her. She ran the ship upon the rock. You ran the ship upon the rocks, Captain, and all the crew were drowned. I'm doing my duty here, I am. I'm the lookout, and I'm ringing the bell. Rock...
His lip curls...
Rocks ahead, Captain.
The bell rings...
Hard aport. Can't you hear the bells are ringing?
A ghostly seaman...
Sail you with her, elf, or sail you with us?
curiosity kills.
Then you won't sail with her. You ran the ship upon the rocks, Captain. I'm doing my duty here, I am. I'm the lookout, and I'm ringing...
His lip curls...
Rocks ahead.
The bell rings...
Idiot.
And you can't be too careful, you know. If they
A
can get
weathered woman in a dirty sea captain...
The bell rings a warning and the tide is on the turn. And I without my compass, but I saw the lighthouse. I saw the light. It rings now, still.
She buries her head.
Make it.
Take the wheel, Captain. Take the wheel.
The ghostly seaman rings his...
Captain Abelweather ran...
He turns back toward...
Rocks ahead, Captain.
The bell rings...
Curiosity kills the cat, or gets it sent to Fort Joy.
Do you hear it?
She babbles breathless.
The bell rings a warning.
You're willing to risk Fort Joy for one
Hard
night
aport.
with a lizard.
Can't you hear the bells are ringing?
You're an idiot.
Take the wheel, Captain. Take the wheel. Rocks ahead, Captain. Do you hear me?
for the people you can trust.
You got that right, Hilka. You got that
Take the
right.
wheel, Captain. Take the wheel.
Curiosity kills the cat,
Me.
or gets it
I can
sent
see a
to Fort
sorcerer
Joy.
from a mile away. And you can't be too careful, you know.
You're willing
If
to
they can get
risk
Alexander,
Fort Joy for
Can't
one
you hear
night
the
with
bells
a
are
lizard.
ringing?
Right about that.
Idiot.
Right as rain, Hilka.
Hard aport. Can't you...
Leave me alone, Dallas, nasty woman.
Take that, sorcerer.
You're dead, Alexander. Alexander, you're dead. You have...
Here, mister. Alexander doesn't have to stay dead, does he? See? Told ya.
Turtle Johnny puts an in...
Take that, sorcerer. I hate this game.
The three kids stare at the...
Is that real? Yeah, it's real.
A real source collar. This is the best.
The sorcerer screams.
This must be the place Lohar mentioned. It looks unassuming enough.
I'm just another useless elf.
Might as well have rotted in the death fog. What's even the point? Come on, lives are at stake.
An elf in tattered red robes.
So many suspects, so many potential...
A floorboard creaks beneath your...
What are you doing, dwarf? Trying to get a drop on me? Sneak up and slit my... Bah! Just another cowardly dwarf. The 3 magisters vanished so far, all within Driftwood. My comrades believe some tinkerer named Higba is behind it all, but he might be a greedy little junk peddler and a sorcerer to boot, but hardly capable of seizing magisters. They won't listen to me. Not anymore. I was removed from their ranks due to my elven blood. I'll continue. If they won't heed my advice, I'll still do what I... This tavern is key. Of that much, I'm sure. It would be far too easy for the culprit to hide in such a place. If you see anything suspicious, let me know. You do that. You can figure this out. Come on. It doesn't make sense. I'm missing something. You can figure this out. Come on.
You, stranger! What are you doing here?
Grumbling, the man... The dwarf is unnaturally still. You might mistake her for a corpse. She calmly opens her left...
What do you want?
The dwarf unfolds her arms and
All right, brother. Right, glad Lohar ain't... Those brutes are taking their sweet time down there. I gotta send word soon. Get to it, then. But tell the lunkheads that...
Down the hatch, then.
Maybe if we had a crowbar.
You think a crowbar would open this thing? Huh? You got rocks knocking around that noggin of yours. We'd have more luck asking Doodle to open it first than for it to budge by our own hands.
Maybe if we had a crowbar.
You think a crowbar would open this thing? Huh? You got rocks knocking around that noggin of yours. We'd have more luck asking Doodle to open it first than for it to budge by our own hands.
Maybe if we had a crowbar.
You think a crowbar would open this thing? Huh? You got rocks knocking around that noggin of yours. We'd have more luck asking Doodle to open it first than for it to budge by our own hands.
Maybe if we had a crowbar.
You think a crowbar would open this thing? Huh? You got rocks knocking around that noggin of yours. We'd have more luck asking Doodle to open it first than for it to budge by our own hands.
Maybe if we had a crowbar.
You think a crowbar would open this thing? Huh? You got rocks knocking around that noggin of yours. We'd have more luck asking Doodle to open it first than for it to budge by our own hands.
Maybe if we had a crowbar.
You think a crowbar would open this thing? Huh? You got rocks knocking around that noggin of yours. We'd have have more luck asking Duda to open it for us than for it to budge by our own hands.
Maybe if we had a crowbar.
You think a crowbar would open this thing? Oh, you got rocks knocking around that noggin of yours. We'd have more luck asking Duda to open it for us than for it to budge by our own hands.
Maybe if we had a crowbar.
You think a crowbar would open this thing? Oh, you got rocks knocking around that noggin of yours. We'd have more luck asking Duda to open it for us than for it to budge by our own hands.
Maybe if we had a crowbar.
You think a crowbar would open this thing? Oh, you got rocks knocking around that noggin of yours. We'd have more luck asking Duda to open it for us than for it to budge by our own hands.
Maybe if we had a crowbar.
You think a crowbar would open this thing? Oh, you got rocks knocking around that noggin of yours. We'd have more luck asking Duda to open it for us than for it to budge by our own hands.
Maybe if we had a crowbar.
You think a crowbar would open this thing? Oh,
I've spotted something.
knocking around that noggin of yours. We'd have more luck asking Duda.
There we go. The door's opening.
By our own hands.
By Duna's dagger, brother. You here to free us or kill us?
The male dwarf expelled.
We've only been fretting here for a few hours.
Ain't found nothing that lets on what Mortis is up to. Only thing we...
Lohar ain't gonna be pleased.
Ain't no telling where that priest has gone to. Started act... Well, at first, he was just buddying around with Lohar and the rest. Then some stranger tried taking old Lohar down, but got himself...
She taps her finger.
A woman knows things. Nothing's getting past me. Best we head off then.
I see a trap nearby.
Well, this won't do. If I can get stuck, then I can get unstuck.
The shrine depicts Duna, yet is clearly... You run your hands along the exterior until your fingers graze a button. Your words are swallowed by the chamber's thick air. There's no mistaking the sound of stone chafing stone.
found something. A skull. It's missing an eye. As far as locks go, this one's pretty macabre. A skull. It's missing an eye. As far as locks go, this one's pretty macabre.
Well now, how's my favorite god woken?
Ifan claps you on the shoulder.
Lohar will want to know of this. This shrine to Duna may... There's no mistaking the sound. This shrine to... There's no mistaking the... Skull. It's missing an eye. As far as locks go, this one's pretty macabre.
up a scent, did ya? Pick up a scent, did ya?
He smells
What
a
is it, boy?
sorcerer.
He smells a sorcerer.
Better get out there before Mortis makes it all the way past, all right? Don't insult me. I wouldn't expose my... But if you find out who did it, shake their hand for me. Whatever needs doing. Isn't that... That's right. Lost one of my best lads, Anhar. Didn't get Charlie's body back, though. Maybe one of them beasts took her. Let's... Well, I reckon let's... Bloody lad. Flapping his... We will, once the Reds turn down.
Mind your way now.
Better not be giving boss...
Poor baby.
Kids at war.
Better get out there before Mortis makes it all the way past Arks.
See the cook for stew, friendo.
I don't think you know you
Nah. Bit you on the arse. Huh? Oh.
She taps her fingernail on the glove.
Come on. Have a drink.
What was in that blasted stew? Occupy! Oh! Do I? That's what I get. Bloody. How about a little? That's what I get. Bloody. Maybe just a little. No! Save me! Oh, please, Lucian, spare me!
Yes, of course.
They don't come to the tunnel. Who will?
That's it. The barrel's empty. On the double.
I'm all right, as long as we don't You're safe among friends. Never forget it.
That's it. The barrels and the chests. Go on, you mute sacks of flesh. The Lord Dread awaits.
The Magister stops, barking orders. He sniffs the air like a predator, turns to face you, the wolf eyeing the deer.
You do not get to make that. Tell me, have you ever been strung up by the hands? Your body swinging like a we do cruel things.
He licks his lips.
See, I'd like to string you up too. Rack you with rods. And my fate, I'm very good at what... There was a whiff of something in it. Best convince me I was mistaken.
He leans in closer and sniffs the air.
Interesting. So I was missed very well. In that case, we'll forego the gallows and seems peaceful here, doesn't it? But they do. Consider for a moment the dwarf. What is he? What are you, I've need of a rat catcher. Of course. I must depart post-haste. But Julian here will stay behind and be a good little parrot. Oh.
Stay behind? But I've my orders.
Like I said, Julian is staying. And with that, I must be off. No hard feelings about the death threats, of course. How about how very... One last thing. The Magisters here are diligent men and women. Should this happen, just wave this piece of parchment in their eager little faces. Adieu and good luck. The Lord Dread awaits. The time has come, my stitched-lit lovelies. We set sail. Get on board and man your stations.
Left behind like a dog. Bah! 7 curses upon that ship.
The Magister is rubbing the dirt off his robes.
You! The damn recruit! I'd be whining in... Yes, I am very much aware. Now answer me. Did you meet with a Magister caravan on your way into town? The hours grow by the bishop's bones, you saw it? Out with it, man! What happened? Dwarves! The pox on those... Raymond, that old goat. Always suspected there's more to the Too many things have gone wrong along Reaper's Coast to attribute to bad luck. Magister ships sinking, weapons disappearing. Rumour has it the Dwarvian Queen herself is behind these acts of sabotage. That is what I want you to... They've always been snakes in the grass. Cheap labour, sure. And hard workers too. You know what Queen Justinia is like, surely. There's a local thug, Lohar. He runs an operation out of his hideout beneath the Black Bull Tavern.
It may be interesting to have a word with him. Find out what he's up to. Where I really want you to ferret around is Reaper's Bluffs.
It's wild territory. Remote and hostile. Where I believe that should you find any such place, and better yet, proof that Lohar is working in that case, go forth and let the hunt commence!
I've got years of fishing experience behind me.
bet you're the musical sort. You've thought about taking up the lute. I got a few ready to go. Oh, nothing wrong with the classics. Everyone's got a melody in them. You just gotta look. My brother Laszlo couldn't carry a tune in a bucket when he were a wee thing. Now he's got the voice of an angel. Yeah, I use rosewood mostly. It gives loops and whatnot. Play him too, of course. Me and he's all right then, yeah? That's Laszlo, all right. If he had the blues, you'd never. I hate the Magisters for what they'd done. I keep going though, hoping to get to Ark sooner than later. Lucian's Day crowds. Come back if you need. I'll be whittling away. Don't let them silence your song.
The little squirrel cowers beneath...
Please.
The Order. It's...
The rooster looks his son over, first with one beady eye, then the...
He has my eye!
なんこれ
But I see nothing but the void lurking behind those pretty peepers. Kill him now or he
Papa.
will get go! Kill us all later!
Divinity 2です。いいな。
面白いよ。僕は朝の6時半から仕事だよ。頑張ってくれ。大変やな。頑張って。
Here is a button.
spot.
Wood to wood, burst to burst.
It gets harder and harder to see the bright side. Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
Well, don't come over. Not like you're buying anything.
If I don't come visit your ton, who will?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Keeping it together, Bree?
I'm all right, as long as I don't think too much.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it. How you holding up?
Not in any mood to talk about it.
The dog lies there quietly.
What are you looking at? I'm sick here. Get lost. Got a pain in the neck. Got a bad pain in the neck.
It flinches. A low, threatening growl builds. Under the collar, you find the sharpened points of metal rivets, gouging the poor dog. The dog gives you a long, hard stare, but the dog goes to bite your hand. And then...
Hey, I feel okay. Thanks, woman. I think that master did. Huh? Wait a minute.
He turns to his...
You bad man!
Smell for a grieving beggar whose dog ran away. God damn it! How was my livelihood? Penny for a grieving beggar? I reckon I'm owed it here. You wouldn't do that, would you? Oh, yes. You would do that, wouldn't you? I couldn't...
He gives you a cool look, then rummages...
That's your lot. Go.
Keeping it together, Bree.
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much.
Oh, we dwarves at a kingdom. Heavens to Bessie, another one. More queer folk ain't hard for a bull to tell. But anyway, tavern's just down the road. 'Cause that's where all the queer ones go. Clack don't know what's going on in that tavern.
Maybe I'm glad I ain't pulling carts of stinking fish round no more. But what's a beast to do if... Well, now, wouldn't that be grand? Fresh...
Hello, missus.
The little boy looks...
You be careful. No, he's not. His daddy's a fisherman like most daddies round here. We're waiting for our friend.
He went swimming.
Fort...
That's what I said. Fort Joy. He's going to find his mum and bring her back.
Oh, Ben. If he finds his mum in Fort Joy, they'll probably both... See, Ben? Well... Thank you, lady. Now,
bye-bye, Mr.
The kids turn back to the wall. The dog...
Go on, then.
The stink of beer almost covers up the stink of fish.
You haven't ever... I've picked up the scent I searched. The cat, when it's about to pounce, isn't... We have to find the masters of... As such, my first priority remains to find Roost.
Hackles raised, the dog barks at the sand built up beneath the building. The dog stares at a spot beneath the building. A fisherman stares at the water.
The missus will kill me. She'll tear me a new mouth halfway down my neck.
You see nothing.
I've gone and thrown my wedding ring in the water. I could do that. I could. But seeing as the ring has a bit of sauce to it, like as not, going in there will attract Voidwoken. Just a hint, nothing that concern a Magister, made me feel that little bit more confident in myself. I wouldn't do the dirt or anything, but it's good for the ego. Keeps the wife on her toes too. I'm not asking you to risk your life on account of me and my marriage. I've spotted something.
Voidwoken, swarms.
A horrified fisherman's...
That was terrifying. I need to get myself... If the missus will go for it, of course. She likes the beach. You found it! How wonderful! The wife will be thrilled. Or she would if she ever found out about this, which of course she won't. I can't thank you.
His eyes...
I'm not sure I understand what you're trying to say. I'd rather face my angry wife than give the likes of you the satisfaction of taking my dinner money.
Not trusting you, he takes it from your hand, half expecting you to take it back.
Need to fatten myself up a bit so I don't lose it a second time.
With a new confidence in his style...
Speaker's name gives me the willies.
What is it, boy?
What is it, boy?
He smells a sorcerer.
He smells a sorcerer.
You met me as a lone wolf. But did I ever tell you of my past in the Divine Order?
Ifan looks uneasy.
Ever tell you I worked with Lucian? Fact is, I was once pretty high up in his divine order. Trust me, today's divine order has nothing to do with Lucian's. Everything
He closes his eyes as he...
You know sacrifices had to be made during the war? Well, Lucian knew he needed to use death fog to eliminate the Black Ring. I was to hurry through the forests with a rift portal for the elves, so they could escape before the death fog exploded. But something went wrong. Trying isn't enough, and I won't rest until I know why Lucian... Anyway, let's keep moving.
High terrain, good cover, the perfect place for an ambush.
Creeping little flies. Go back! Get out of my realm!
You fickle little ants, crawling into our business.
You rig worms.
Strange. I swear their eyes were pure black. Whatever happened here, it was a massacre. Better tread softly.
Did you hear that?
Somebody's in that cave.
Someone's out there.
Shh! Hold your tongue. Keep on walking, bud. You got moss for ears. Scram!
The face of a dwarf appears from the shadows.
You got a problem with simple Leave. Now! You want to make chit-chat? Fine, if it'll get you out of me hair. The name's Warren. Now, how's about you, Scarper?
The dwarf freezes.
And? Are they dead?
The dwarf's face falls.
God's truth. I were looking for mushrooms when I heard the shout. The crew was fighting amongst themselves, tearing each... Hell, maybe they were demons. I only managed... I've never seen such slaughter. Best we could do was... I figured we'd hold tight for now. Just till we're sure the way's clear. No point taking a risk and ending up split open up. Now, I'll beg your pardon and get back to settling... You watch yourself. The void walking around here are winged hell.
A painful death. Trap.
Collared by magisters in the far north, you were forced marched to this foreign land.
How you hold
Buying or selling?
Divine order to march against the ancient empire!
worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
Well, don't come over. Not like you're buying anything.
If I don't come visit your ton, who will?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
Well, don't come over. Not like you're buying anything.
If I don't come visit your ton, who will?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Keeping it together, Bree. I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much. You're safe among friends. Never forget it. How you holding up?
Not in any mood to talk about it.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it. Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
Well, don't come over. Not like you're buying anything.
If I don't come visit your ton, who will?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Keeping it together, Bree. You're safe among friends. Never forget
Tell me, have you heard any news?
Nothing good. The Voidwoken are everywhere. Thank the Divine you're here to protect us. Buying or selling? Capital. Good luck to you.
Insubordination!
Back again, eh? Looking for anything in particular? Suit yourself.
Back for a return visit? Have at it. Got yourself situated.
Keeping it together, Bree.
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it.
Yep.
Calm as a coiled spring held tight, this...
to see you well. Nothing more. Until later, then.
Keeping it together, Bree?
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it. Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar. I don't come visit your tunnel. Who will? Keeping it together, Bree?
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it. Keeping it together, Bree?
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it. Keeping it together, Bree?
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it.
How you holding up?
Not in any mood to talk about it.
What kind of battle sense?
The kind that don't fancy starving along with the rest of this town. It's all well and good for you with your rations. We've got to take what we can get.
Keep talking, Wolf, and you let that little sawdust on the cell floor.
Keeping it together, Bree?
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much.
Latest news!
Swaying lightly from side.
Between you and me, you should head down to Effie's.
Something to hide, they got nothing to
Now that's a verse I can drink
Frosty
to.
pint of ale.
With the Magisters
And
caging
then
everyone up
a flask of whiskey for the trail. Damn right. Alas, which one of them toppled from the tower?
He fixes you with a stare, looks you up and down. Then a smile creases his face.
Greetings, stranger. Looking to ease the...
He purses his lips. His fingers drum a pattern on his elbow as he assesses you.
I'll tell you now, you'd better warm your hands before you go.
A lascivious smile spread.
Let me ask you this. Across the world, who is renowned above all others for their exquisite love-making abilities? Well, I'm sure that in your own, my friend, the very best lovers are, whisper it, lizards. And for a barely... Well, this is what's available. Take it or leave.
He holds out his hand. The money vanishes into his apron.
Now, let me ask you this. What flavour of stew... Upstairs, on the second floor. Her name is Zara.
He gives you a mischievous grin. He acknowledges your presence with a nod.
What are you waiting for?
He rolls his eyes at you, then... She doesn't lift her gaze from her drink. She's not interested in you at all.
Menu simple. Eat or drink or both.
Dominate the stage!
Hey, Rudy, Nova.
You've got enough in front of
Damn
you.
right. I got a right to live, don't I? Throw him in a hole for all I care. It's the greater good. Come on.
Take the wheel, Captain! Take the wheel!
Curiosity kills the cat, or gets it sent to Fort Joy. You're willing to risk Fort Joy for...
A lizard, tall and beautiful, turns...
I'm so glad you came, but you're...
She turns her back. A lizard, tall...
I'm so glad...
She turns her back. A lizard, tall...
I'm so glad you've come. Are you here to... What? I've been so lonely since my man went away to fight the coming war.
She gives you a cool look.
Not in the mood for games. Me neither. So what shall we do? Would you like me to dance for you? I like a lover who likes...
She looks around at the stone.
She tended...
She arches an eyebrow and takes 2 more steps towards you. She takes 2 more...
A hunter did save her.
She gives you a wry smile.
And asked for a favor.
She drapes her arms around your neck, moves her face so it almost touches...
And then whispered, "Take me.
She leans into you and kisses you passionately. She takes you into her arms, into her heart, your world in ecstasy.
Good morning, lovebirds.
Good morning, Gil. Hey, this is my lover. I'm sorry, darling. It's a setup. You paid for a trip to paradise.
To wit, we're taking all your stuff. If you want it back, you can take it up with Lohar. We thank you for your cooperation.
Bye, Gil. Oh, look at you, lover. You're like a baby deer who's lost its mum. Are you good? Darling, Gil works for Lohar. Everyone works for Lohar. Your stuff's Lohar's stuff now. Forget it.
She smiles.
It was worth it, wasn't it? Now, baby, it's time for you to leave. Oh, darling. I've forgotten you already.
She thinks for a...
Do I want to go again? Do you know, lover?
You fall into each other in bliss.
Well now, how's my favorite god woken?
If Anne claps you on the...
You're willing to risk Fort Joy for one night with a lizard. You can't participate, then you're an idiot with your character.
What about that? What is radio got?
The bell rings a warning and the tide is on the turn.
Better get out there before Mortis makes it, all right? I needed a laugh. I don't make exceptions. Better get out there before Mortis, all right? I needed a laugh. Sorry, bub. I don't make exceptions. Whatever needs doing. That's right. Lost one of my best lads, Anhar. Dick bloody lad. We will, once the red...
Why you gotta make us hurt ya?
Rocks ahead, Captain. Do you hear me? Rocks ahead, Captain. Do you hear me? Take the wheel, Captain. Take the wheel.
Curiosity kills the cat, or gets it sent to Fort Joy.
Rocks ahead, Captain.
What do you want,
Do you
fish
hear me?
face?
The bell still rings. Do you hear it? Do you hear it?
Whatever.
Take wheel, Captain. Take the wheel.
With a dip of her head, she indicates that you should talk to her companion. Then she turns back to her drink.
Rocks ahead. You hear me?
Weathered and rugged, the man sleeps soundly.
There's bad things in the caves.
Startled, he opens his eyes. Startled, he opens his eyes. But he's...
The island is ruined and doesn't have a name.
His eyes open, but... Startled, he opens his eyes. But he's...
Sawdust and wolves, Mother.
His eyes flicker open, but he looks...
Arcs for Lucy.
His eyes flick wide open, but... His eyes flick wide open, but he's... He goes back...
Curiosity kills the cat, or gets it sent to Fort Joy. You're willing to risk Fort Joy for one night with a lizard.
Rocks ahead, Captain. You hear me?
Then you're an idiot.